Yo! Video games.
And I actually wanted to ask, did you have any awkward moment where they told you to stop? Because I think I told some people the most awkward experience, one of the most awkward experiences I've ever had at a game show, E3, SGF, was playing the Pragmata demo.
Yeah, and they wouldn't let us fight the boss.
Right,
Yeah.
but it wasn't even just that. Okay, so for reference, there was this weird thing, and someone must have been like, someone's like whole life was on the line, or job was like, we go in to play the Pragmata demo, and they tell us, okay, the demo's up. When you get to this point, they tell us before we go into the room to play the demo, you have to stop here, pause. We're gonna, you can't play. Cool. We get the controller in our hands, and the guy tells us one more time, right, when you get to this point, pause the game, hand it over to one of the reps. We don't go beyond that. It's nothing beyond that. Okay, cool. Like, I'm playing the game, like all the controller. Like, I get to the end of that elevator.
Yeah.
It's a demo you could all play right now. Mm-hmm. And you were going up the elevator to fight the boss or whatever. And, like, the cutscene going in, so the boss hasn't even appeared. Like, we're just getting to the top of the elevator. And I'm like, okay, this is kind of the part they told us to. So I kind of, like, already relaxing my hand a bit. And then all of a sudden this lady runs up and goes, okay, thank you, sir. She, like, janks it out of my hand. Like, okay, thank you. And I'm like, like, hits home menu boss. And I was like, okay, like I wasn't trying to skip the cutscene or anything, but this lady just whooshed up and was just like,
You know what that must have...
give me that.
I have a prediction why. My prediction why is the main character, Hugh, right after that moment happens, he renders with no pants or some shit.
Yeah.
And it's just like a mannequin with dick and balls or something. And it's like, this horrible fucking glitch that happens in the game or something. Like, some character is like, suddenly naked for no reason, and it's just a funky bug, and it's like, okay, we can't not pull the demo. What do we do? Pull out of all of SGF? No, we have to stop people right here immediately. Yeah. Some horrible game-breaking thing that looks really embarrassing happens. Take the controllers from them as soon as possible.
To be fair, that demo also ran like hot ass.
It ran bad.
It was supposed to run 30, even just 30.
It barely did.
And it mostly ran like 20.
Yeah. And even with that being said, we were like, oh, the game's good.
Yeah, even then we were like, this gameplay loop idea is a really good idea. And it's like I instantly played it and went, oh, fuck, that's what this game is? Ooh, that's actually really cool. And
Yeah.
they keep adding more stuff to it. Like, I'm still just like, bro, if they can just continue to build on that foundation, because it's such a good foundation, fuck me, dude, that game's gonna be fun.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah. I'm sure something happened with the boss.
There has to be some sort of really alienating
there was something
thing.
really weird about how crazy they were about ripping the control in my hand, hit the home menu, hit start, close.
They did the same thing for me too, not as aggressive. Maybe you got a bit further than I did, and she wasn't paying attention.
Yeah,
but I was under the impression that I ran out of time. I'm gonna go play it again so that I can kill the boss. Yeah. And then a guy promptly walked in front of me and was like, "Sorry, sir, that's it."
Like, yeah.
And then I was like, "Oh, can't play anymore." Like, "Sorry, sir, that's it. This person's just working there." So I just went to the people that literally make the game, like the director, and I started talking to them, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're not done with that part yet. We just wanted to show off this part." And I was like, "Oh, okay. It's not that the boss isn't there. It's just that you just can't play it right." I'm like, "Oh, okay. I thought I could beat it." And they're like, "No, there's no boss fight." So I was like, "Oh, okay, gotcha." So I just walked up to the people that make the game because I know them. So what's going on? What's going on, guys? So anyway,
Max Sama, I'm sorry, but if you play up to that point in the game, your entire console will literally explode.
Something. It's gonna spit the disc out at 90 miles an hour as it's killing you.
Decapitate you.
This was last year. This was Summer Games Fest, 2025, when we first saw what Pragmata was. So and the funniest thing is that I did a panel for them where the boss fight was finally shown and all that kind of shit. So it's like, okay, there was clearly some really, really bad glitch that happened right at that time frame that they didn't want anybody to see, which is like a development thing.
Yeah.
And it probably got just put into the demo, and someone was like, "Oh fuck."
It was just, I'm just being like, that was really awkward.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
It wasn't even that long of a demo. It was it was pretty short. So either way, the good news is that game is apparently looking pretty good.
And the good news is also people received the demo really well. I'm actually glad that they released the demo as early as they did. I actually think that was like, yeah, it's like it was a couple.
Got a
months
demo
out.
for that before RE.
Yeah, and I actually think it was a good idea because honestly, I think this game, like RE is RE, but this game needs to sort of prove itself. And all of us are out here like, no, bro, seriously, if there's a demo for this game, please play it.
Yeah.
You have to try it. Just try it, please, God. And then everyone now has a chance they can play it, and they're like, oh fuck, this game's pretty cool. It's like, we told you. Yes.
The funny thing about it, and I've mentioned the same thing, where it's like, Capcom does try to do new shit. They do.
They do.
People forgot about it because nobody bought it. Like, they did Exoprimal, and they
Sure
did Kunitsugami.
That did happen. 2
brand new Capcom IPs that came out, and I didn't necessarily give a shit about either one of them. I tried them both, and I was like, not for me. And I think a lot of other people came to similar conclusions. This is the 3rd attempt. Like, Pragmata's the 3rd one, where it's like, oh, this one actually gets me, you know?
Yeah.
Like, this one has a gimmick that I can find myself playing this. I knew after playing Kunitsugami for like 45 minutes at 2 Summer Games Fest ago, I'm probably not playing this again after this. But it's really good. It's just for a very specific kind of person.
I think Exoprimal problem was them chasing a trend.
Yeah,
that was definitely them, like...
Kunitsugami was, like, I think pretty cool. I mean, it was kind of a bit of a weird of a...
I'll say it right now, the PvP aspect of the PvPvE part of Exoprimal was always the least interesting.
And it would have been better if it was just literally you fighting dinosaurs and nothing else.
That's what I mean. Yeah. If it was just PvE, player versus enemy, yeah, this would have been really cool. But I think, chat, Exoprimalers, by the end of that game, there's a way to play it without the PvP. Is there not? They eventually did that, where it was like no longer a PvPvE. You could play it PvE if you wanted, and not have to deal with like the other team and having to fight the other team after they fight their dinosaurs. There were events for it, yeah, because everyone complained about the same shit. Like, eventually going through a whole level, fighting with your dino bros, killing a bunch of dinos, and fighting the other squad of dino bros was always weird. And that's how it ends?
Yeah.
And that to me reflects the people that made the game didn't really realize what is it actually about this thing that we're making that actually is really fucking cool and engaging. What is actually the best mention? It's the fucking dinosaur.
Dino hordes.
It's not it's not the PvP shit that we've seen already a billion times in a bunch of other games, free to play, and even ones that require pay that like have also generally just been kind of like people are just burned out on these kinds of games.
Yep.
They're just burned out on these PvP games.
Because to be real, the quality of Exoprimal was kind of high. Like, it controlled well, it looked well, it had a cool gimmick. The quality of Kunitsugami is also kind of high.
By the way, speaking of which, you know what game came out today?
Today.
Only the most epic game of the Game Awards. The thing that Jeff Keighley
Oh,
showed
High
off
Guard
at the
came
end.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and apparently it's just a game.
It is indeed a video
It
game.
is a video game.
And everyone rejoiced and was like, my God, he's right. This game is truly...
The game is probably the biggest, like, whatever, nothing burger ever. It's
a game.
It's a game. But everything around it is weird around it. Jeff's response to it is weird. His, like, constant need to, like, troll and hype and, like, get in arguments online for the last week has been fucking weird. Like, I don't know if he's actually trying to sink the game or if he really is, like, is he riding high, like it's his bro, and I'm gonna like defend the game with my, the high.
It's a legit question because the game debuted at like 60 to 70,000 players, right?
Yeah. No, actually, it got up to like 92,000.
Yeah, it got really high.
It did.
So my question is, if it wasn't that, and it got a random trailer at the Game Awards much earlier, like just a random spot, and then it just drops the same way that it does. The process is normal, and people just forget about it like it's one of the other 90 trailers that was at the Game Awards and not the last trailer.
Yeah.
Does it debut to 90,000 people? Probably
Hell no.
not. Probably not. It being in that final spot and getting almost the criticism of it being a final spot worthy game kind of like elevated it to like maybe it is good or it doesn't look necessarily. It put it in a spot where everyone's talking about this shit.
It put it in a spot to potentially blast off. The problem is...
If it hit. It has to hit.
It has to hit.
Yeah. And apparently it isn't like bad. It's just...
No, and people are saying like,
it's a game.
It's Concord 2. Bro, it's not that bad, all right? Everything I've seen from people talk about, it's not Concord levels of like, these guys, like, artistically and otherwise just like what the fuck were they thinking? It's more that, from what I'm reading from people, it's like, Yeah, like the map is way too fucking big. It's 3v3 and the map is just too big. There's like not enough to do. The economy is a bit odd in that there are also still a good amount of bugs, like basic functionality for things in terms of matchmaking, in terms of like hooking up with people that are like missing. It's the problem is too that there is an issue when you're now put on the front page essentially of the Game Awards. You're the big thing that was the send off is now you get more eyes on you to essentially criticize.
Yeah.
If you're just
And that's the question: is that was this a net positive or negative for the game? I actually don't know. I think there's definitely more people playing it because of the hype, like quote unquote hype.
It's weird.
But also, it's like if that hype didn't happen, I don't know of any, like, it might have just been a game
because they weren't even. Well, the thing is, they were not promoting it themselves. They didn't.
I know.
They didn't put out
Game
any
Awards
more,
was it.
They put out the Game Awards, but their social media accounts didn't make a single post after the Game Awards.
It was like one a couple days before it came out.
Yeah.
I saw some interviews with the guys that making this game, which by the way are apparently some ex-Apex.
Yeah, they're ex
So
Respawn.
if you guys remember that Apex Legends of how that got released, you remember how that shit just kind of like dropped?
Oh, yeah.
Fucking
It
nowhere.
just came out.
And then just like there was no build up. They basically just dropped it. They said that we kind of wanted to do the same thing. We wanted to essentially like we had to show up at the Game Awards and we wanted to go quiet and then release it so people can then just judge for themselves.
Yeah.
Right? They wanted the exact same thing that they did for Apex because it didn't end up working out for Apex. Apex eventually did blow up because of pretty good word of mouth.
Because to be honest, like, and let's give Apex a little bit of credit, even though I didn't play it a lot. Apex revolutionized VR. Like it took what was like existing in the space with Fortnite with building shit all over the place, which is like a thing that you either enjoy or don't enjoy, and other games like PUBG and stuff, which are notoriously hard to play. And then it was like, all right, so what if we smooth out everything? What if we make pinging super easy, spawning up super easy?
The ping system itself was like
Fucking nuts.
Everybody after that is like, we're just gonna do that.
It makes Blackout, and we go back to it, hard to play.
Yeah.
Without, like, that was modernizations where it's like, oh, Jesus, yeah, this, dude, Titanfall really smoothed all this shit out. So, and also, I'm sorry, Titanfall, Apex. And Apex movement was also super interesting. They, like, put...
The Apex thing was that it had hero shooter mechanics.
Yeah, in a VR.
In a VR.
So it was like, oh, yeah, no, this was really good. This was doing something pretty revolutionary at the time. Does Highguard do anything revolutionary? No. Like, you pretty much ride around on horses and shit.
Yeah,
That's all I really say.
I've heard the best part about it is everybody I've seen that generally has any good things to say about it is that the mount system in the game is really cool. Like, oh yeah, that is pretty neat. And I think maybe that's what they hope to be like the big sticking point. The problem is I think it's only part of the game really. It's not really like the
It's the traversal thing to get you around a 3v3 giant battlefield-sized map.
It's not really.
It's weird. I don't know. It's almost like there's so much talk around like the weirdness of like how the game was announced, how it's come out, and it's like a lot of talk for a game I would otherwise would never have even like given a second thought about.
Yeah.
Like that game could have shadow dropped, and would I have played it like that night or that day after? No.
No.
Would I? Am I gonna play it now? No.
No, and then it came out, and I watched a couple of people streaming it, and I was like, okay, it's a game. It's like it is a video game. I'm not really gonna talk about it much more or discuss anything. I don't even really think I need to play it. There's other things I want to play right now.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. It's like
I think I'm just kind of curious. Like, I wonder what it was specifically that. And I almost just want to ask Jeff, not sarcastically or meanly, just like legitimately, because I don't know if he necessarily had like invested interest in it or he put money in it. I just almost
people
think
asked him that, and he said no.
He literally said no. Yeah. So I think he really liked it. I almost just kind of want to know like what was it about that really stuck with you? Like I just want to hear that because is it enough that he would put it at the end of his show for a big announcement? It's like that's a pretty big deal. It really must have hit him in some way.
If anything, what it'll do is it's kind of make the future Game Awards better. That's all it's gonna do. It's a lesson. It's a lesson that like if you have a last game of the show, dude, it's gotta be interesting. It's gotta be something that like is gonna make a lot of people happy. We all at the end of that show, all of us were like, "What the hell was that last game?" Like immediately. It wasn't like, "Oh yeah, eventually the internet hive mind over time has turned on this game." Like immediately it was like, "This is the last thing they're showing." All right, maybe it's good, but it really doesn't look like it. It makes me realize that in that show, dude, why the hell was that Star Wars.
Photor.
Yeah.
Photor.
For Fist of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Star Wars RPG 3. Like, that
Yeah.
should have been the final
Yeah,
game. That was a
yeah.
big deal. Even I could tell, like, I'm not into these games, but this is a big fucking
that or
deal.
Mega Man.
Mega Man was near the end, but it's also like,
I mean, it's pretty neat.
I don't agree with Mega Man being the final reveal.
Yeah.
I like it getting the spot. I like that. I think that's great, because Mega Man's been fucking missing for a long time.
Reality is Mega Man is just not.
Yeah,
Not that
I
big,
agree.
dude. It's like it's not the fucking 1990s anymore. It's like it's gonna be hard to get Mega Man to be like a big thing. It's the same thing where Jeff was like, "Here's a spot for Okami." It's like, yeah, these are big things, but to very specific crowds. Yeah, dude, that Star Wars thing should have been at the end, 100%.
Yeah.
That would have been a way better spot. So it was. If anything, it'll just make for future Game Awards to be better. Jeff knows that if he has like a show that he's coordinating and planning, he's just got to make sure the final game hits. Because what it really did is that was actually a good show. It was actually
It was overall a good show.
really good Game Awards with a lot of very good trailers, which is kind of how we judge them. And it ended on a sour note, which makes it seem bad.
Right.
That's what always happens. If the last note of something is not necessarily super, like, really leaves you in a great spot, then it'll make the rest of the thing seem bad.
That thing goes for anything. It can go for movies. It goes for fucking video games.
It goes for Rebirth. FF7 Rebirth is the same shit. You have a weird ass ending. It makes the rest of the game seem bad.
Yeah, but like
there's movies
you just gotta.
too, yeah.
If you have something that starts good and ends good and the middle is bad,
It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah. It's actually can be fucking great. That's
Yeah.
a great spot to be where, like, starts.
I wonder how fair that is sometimes, you know,
Yeah.
with movies and games where it's like, okay, well, the only thing is a little is the ending. It's like, well, the whole lead up, the whole time before that was great. So does that make the whole experience bad? But it seems to hit worse. It's like it's almost worse to like.
I had to really dissect that about myself with Expedition 33. As one of the few that didn't really particularly like the last bit of that game. And I'm like, how much does that affect the way I felt about the rest of it, though? And I'm like, I don't think that's fair. 90% of the time I had with this, like, 35-hour playthrough, I was like, fuck. I just love it.
The other funny thing about Expedition 33 though is even the people who like genuinely think this is one of the best games ever made, I think most people kind of think the ending is not that great. It's an interesting thing where it's almost like the purpose of it, right? It's like, well, it is designed to be, you know, like no, there is no good, it's only bad. But like the thing is, like I always ask people who genuinely are like, this is one of the best games I ever played. I'm like, oh yeah, what'd you think about the ending? It was okay, like, you know, like the, but, and I feel personally that I think it would have been so much better if they really had just like, I don't know, given people either an option to get like, I'm not saying eliminate what they did, where they actually have these two choices that essentially lead to this. How about a choice where maybe you like 100% of the game, maybe you do some extra things where you get to know the characters better, and then they get past certain obstacles, certain beasts that like we have now set up a situation where we are not stuck with two endings that are less than satisfying. There's like a secret middle ground. There's something that actually leads to, oh, we have now come to terms.
There is no good ending.
Yeah.
There's no good ending.
There is no good ending, right?
There's
But what
no
if we
good
find a place where at least there's like better hope? Because the problem is there's an ending that both endings have certain levels of hope, but like one is like a sad hope, and the other hope is
dismal.
I just fuck everybody else, right?
Yeah.
Like our hope is those guys don't matter. Only these guys matter, and that's like, and then me, it's like I think that was meant to be the like this is the ending we think is better, but it's like it just doesn't feel good because all those people were like people that you value, you know, like so I don't know. I genuinely wish that they didn't do that because it does. It fucking sucks to get to the end of something that was just literally like we're all playing. I think everybody who's playing this, like 80% through the game, you're like, this might be one of the best RPGs I played in like over a decade. Like or like it's like up there alongside the FF7 stuff. It's so
Best
fucking
RPG
good.
in a decade for people who don't play RPGs. No, I mean it was really, really good. You know, I don't. My thing is for me, it's less about what happens in the ending and more just the fact that so much of the last hours of that game,
Monk, thank you.
characters don't get dialogue. Like like what's going on with so much of the rest of the party becomes so irrelevant.
Yeah, no.
because of the story, what's happening in the plot.
It's almost like the last bit of the game completely disregards all of the characters you had fallen in love with, and they're not important anymore.
Yeah, and they're not important.
That's what I don't vibe about each one. I don't like each ending because of it.
And they're not, and on top of that, they don't even get lines.
They don't even get lines, and everybody, and no matter what you do, is lying to each other.
Yeah.
And they're trying to get what they want by lying in both endings. And I'm like...
And it's the interesting thing is, like, going back and going through the game and watching it, people have said, oh, the characters don't act like themselves. And the funny thing is, it's actually not exactly true. And when you look at what is going on, like, you look at Verso and stuff and, like, what he's doing, you actually look back, and even Renoir says to him, like, you're going to sacrifice everyone. Like, you're what you're doing, he knew exactly what he wanted him to do, and Verso always knew that it was going to lead to this. Mael, when she learns about things about herself, right? She still is essentially trying to do what she always wanted to do, which is protect everybody, but then it's this added additional thing of, like, realizing who her real family is and what that means. So it's like, technically the character motivations are actually consistent. The problem why it bothers people, and a lot of us, is that the messaging, the theming of the game, you feel playing through the game, it is going one way. You think, oh yes, this is about
those who come after. Yes.
The game says that again and again. That's what matters, and that's like it. The people around you, the ones that are still with you, for those that do sacrifice themselves, the ones that come after are the ones that matter.
That message is gone by the end.
By the end, it's just completely
right. Well,
gone.
But also just like I would have liked to seen more, like, I don't know, time or like dialogue or something where it's like you go with Verso ending, I think it is, which is like, forget the painting, go back to the real world, like overcome your grief, whatever. I would have liked to have heard like or have something that, like, how do the other characters feel about this?
Yeah.
Like CL and Chewbacca.
Obviously not great.
Like you get looks.
Yeah.
They give looks or stern looks or whatever, and it's just kind of like, okay, but like I want a little bit more reveling in this fucked upness, like, or something. I want like characters to really feel the weight of their actions, like I want Verso to be like, I know he wants this whole shit to end, and it's like, great, I want you to feel some fucking like bitterness and heart.
Yeah.
I want Verso. I want you to have a fucking conversation with Chewbacca, whatever his name was.
Yeah.
And
And here's the interesting thing. I realized it when I realized my feelings on the end of the game and why it just didn't grab me as much. It's designed this way. It's literally designed this way. It's designed this way to, like, incite conversations. Not just like, do you side with Mael? Do you side with Verso? Like, that's the basic way of looking at it.
Yeah.
It's more like the entire theming of the game is prefaced by a title, Clair Obscure, which like doesn't that technically mean, chat, like black and white, like the reverse sides of something?
Yeah.
Where you're supposed to investigate like what happens between each one of these, like, sort of ideologies and thought processes. I feel like, Clair and Obscure, it's supposed to these, like, and if there's a follow-up of some kind, if there's another Clair Obscure, the ending's gonna do the same shit. Yeah. It's not gonna give you, like, the direct answers you want. It's supposed to be this, like, sort of thought-provoking conversation starter.
Yeah. My issue, though, with that is that it is not a satisfying conversation starter, in my opinion. The problem is I've seen a lot of games, I've seen a lot of media and movies and things like that have endings like that where you're like, hey, Charlie, whatever, it's Chinatown, right? Like moments where you're like, fuck me, and you really have to start thinking about it, and you go like, and it feels profound and it feels interesting, and
Chinatown's great. Yeah,
Chinatown is a great example of that, where you're like, holy fuck, like, and it sits with you, and it's like, is it good? No, obviously it's like it shows that things aren't clean and easy. The problem is that, again, the way this game sets it up, it doesn't leave you with that feeling. It just makes you feel like you were like, that was sad. It felt like it was just there to essentially provoke a reaction out of you without understanding why. Like, I didn't feel like I learned anything. All it did was make me dislike certain characters more.
At the end, I was disappointed. I thought about it a lot over the next few days of why I felt the way I did, why I felt such disappointment.
Yeah.
And eventually, the thing that got me the most is that I don't like the characters I'm playing as. Like by the end of the game, I don't even want to go back and play it because I don't like Versa or Mael.
Yeah.
Because at the end they're just lying to each other and everybody else around them.
They get what they want, and it's like there is definitely a way they could have gone about this that didn't need this. Like this feels so unnecessary, right? Like
They're both very manipulative people.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's what
they are very imperfect.
Bro, Mary Melody, I saw that donation. That's exactly what I'm like. It's very French.
Yeah, very French.
Yeah.
Like we got to the
French.
end of this game, I'm like, this is a French movie.
And some people will
It's like a very French
revel in like the, I would say, the dourness of it. Like people will really appreciate like, oh, this makes me feel bad. Like it makes me feel bad. Some people like endings like that, which I understand. I understand why it hits for some.
I like depressing endings more than anyone in this room for sure. But this ending wasn't even depressing. It was kind of like, I guess
that's sort of what I mean. Like I think people who love those endings, yeah. Like no, I mean, I think a lot of us had moments where the shit just hits and it's like, yeah, it's powerful. It's sad, but it's powerful. Mm-hmm. This isn't that though. It's like to me, I think this is a poor execution of a gray zone.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Like I think this is not.
I agree. No,
I think that's why this doesn't hit. Like, I think you can do this. I think you absolutely can end with a feeling of like, man, there is no good and evil. There's just gray. Like, there's a way to do that and make it leave with a satisfying feeling. This to me just felt like we just wanted to just.
I really wanted to feel like Gustav's message was felt throughout the rest of the game.
Right.
And it's there for a bit, like a little bit. It meanders for like a little while, but it isn't really like that really comes back hard and really changes the way either one of the characters necessarily feel.
And it's funny. It's just funny to me because I really do actually. There aren't too many games and things that I've seen that sort of like. Because it feels like up to that point, they really actually understood the messaging and the stuff. Because stuff is like, it hits so hard.
Hey, you know what? This could be way worse. It could have been like Alien Earth.
No.
Where at the beginning of the game, really, no, because I think we all genuinely agree. The game's fucking amazing and it deserves Game of the Year.
Absolutely, Bob.
And it's actually like, I would play through it again so to experience a lot of that stuff again. I genuinely like, and it's a fun-ass game too. That's what's really special about it.
Still 10 out of 10, by
and
the way.
it gave us even if we don't like a certain one aspect of it, it's not fair, as we said, to criticize something just off the way its finality is when like the 90% of the journey there is fucking exemplary and so good. It could be worse. It could be like an Alien Earth situation where this thing makes you think it's good, and then by the time it concludes, you are so dumb. Like, I felt so stupid for thinking that this was good.
I got 4 episodes into that, and then I started seeing something, and I went, they're not going to do what I think they're going to do. And then
it gets worse.
And then, I started watching the next episode, and then I stopped, and I was like, I can't do this. They can't be this stupid. And then I just looked at reviews later on, and they said, yes, it is this stupid.
Yeah, like Game of Thrones. Yeah, that was the other good example.
Yeah, wow.
Like, oh wow, this started so great.
Was it just the ending of Game of Thrones, or was it the last season?
It was the last couple seasons.
Wow.
Well,
and like you kept thinking, well, okay, they'll tie it up.
The problem is, so the thing about Game of Thrones is that the guys that. Because the thing is that the same guys that had been adapting the material that George R.R. Martin had done did all of the seasons beforehand. Like, it was the same dudes. Mm-hmm. So they're very good at adapting the existing material.
But when they don't have nothing to adapt, it's a problem.
But when it's like, oh, but now we need to write the stories themselves, like, on their own. And that sucks because it's like, George R.R. Martin is going to be like the guy who understands these characters and how their motivations and what the main theme and point of this whole series is. Yeah. And now these guys are essentially just like trying to pick up the pieces of like, I'd like to think that George R. had some, hopefully, notes for them, but like,
bro, he hasn't even finished his own shit.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. He's gonna fucking eat himself to death before he fucking finishes that fucking book, man. I don't know. I think it's been like over a decade.
I think it's been like, well over a decade.
Yeah, it's been like 15 years or something. Like, I don't know if we're at that last book or
that bitch gonna make Elden Ring 3.
Yeah.
By the time I
and yeah, like it's
bro, I didn't even read the books, man. And I remember when my roommate was watching all the seasons, and like I remember once we got to the season that went off past the books, I was like noticeably worse.
Yeah, it's actually not even his last book. You're right.
Like it was just all of a sudden things are just noticeably working. They don't have no idea where they're going with this. All of a sudden, like I don't know. It was such a stark contrast of like plot progression. You know.
That's probably. I think that is because that was like a much bigger thing than Expedition 33 or whatever we're playing. Like, I think that is one of the biggest drop the ball moments probably in media history. Is Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Something that grabbed so many people by the balls.
Nobody liked the ending.
There's zero acceptance of that. Just stop watching the show at this season. Just stop. Just accept that it was great and then stop.
Did you actually watch any of it?
No. I said like one episode when we were on like vacation someplace.
It like legitimately was pretty amazing. Like, and the thing was there was a lot of deaths. There was a lot of main character deaths in there. It was that feeling of like characters can die at any moment, you know, and like nobody is safe feeling. But the beauty of what he was doing and what George R. R. Martin was actually doing in the story is that it's like he would kill off some characters and you'd be like, what the fuck is he doing? This is what the fuck? Like, where does this story go from here? But like but you would go on and realize, oh no, there was a plan. This always had a purpose. It's just you're just seeing this little. Like, it takes a while before you see what is
intentions. Yeah.
Yeah.